Hey guys, it's Stacy here. And today I want to talk about the three biggest money mistakes that people make in their career. And we're just not even paying attention to these sometimes, or we're underestimating them. We're kind of sweeping them under the carpet, ignoring them, be like, no, that's not me, and I'm not doing that. But you've got to be paying attention to the red flags, right? If someone is saying, hey, caution, caution, don't fall off this cliff, you probably want to pay attention to that. So let's put these out in the open. And please note too, is that if you've made one of these mistakes, because I know I have, there's no shame in that. There's no judgment in that at all. The whole purpose of this is awareness, because you can't do anything about that which you are not aware of. And then to give you a way to start climbing out of that, or at least to avoid them. Okay? So number one is under earning, right? Now, sometimes we have to take a position because, stuff happens in life and we just got to pay the bills, right? But I'm talking about outside of that. So many women, and yes, you do have the gender gap too, and that's a pay unequivalent there, but so many women are just settling. Like, here's an example. I spoke with a woman a few weeks ago. She'd recently been laid off. She had been at her organization at least 25 years. And she was a VP. And she was only making about 125, maybe 150 with bonus. And she had no idea that she was under earning. And she was so conditioned, she didn't even believe that she was when I pointed it out to her. She's like, oh, no, I think I'm fairly compensated. On what planet? Right? So sometimes we don't even know, or we're so conditioned to believe that, well, this is the best I can do, or no, I think I'm fairly compensated. I spoke with another woman the other day, and she too is a VP, and she's at about right in that 150 or so range. And again, like, she just didn't even know. She was thinking that, oh gosh, if she made a career change, could she even make the same amount of money? I'm like, no, you could probably make more pretty easily. So think about that, right? Because if you're even making, hold on, let me get my calculator here, right? If you're even making 25,000 less than where you should be, right? 25,000 less. That is, that's easy math, right? That's $250,000 over, 10 years that you've left on the table? And it could easily be more. You could be leaving 50 grand on the table. I mean, this is hundreds of thousands of dollars that you could be putting back into your pocket to provide for your kids, to go on vacation and travel, to do things that you very much care about, to donate to charity, to save for retirement, to be able to enjoy your home and your life without feeling like the bottom's going to fall out, right? So isn't it worth getting that back? And be aware of where you are. Just don't think, okay, I think I'm at enough. I feel comfortable, so I must be where I should be. Be very aware of that. And then there's steps to take beyond that to understand why you might be under earning, because there's lots of conditions with that. And we could address those more specifically down the road in another training about how to shift that even in your current position. So that's the first one, under earning. The second big money mistake is going after a degree that you don't need. I have a lot of people actually who I end up speaking with who have like a master's in social work because they have a heart for helping people and they want to get out of corporate. They want to do good. But then they realize, oh, this is not what I thought it was. And so now they have this degree maybe they spent 50 grand on that they're not using. Or another woman I spoke with, she was like, oh, well, I was good at math, so I was told engineering. And then I was looking at a master's degree and I thought MBA, but then they told me to get a master's in engineering. It's like, but why? You don't like it. Like, we get caught in these things of, well, if I just have another degree, I'll be more competitive, or then I'll earn more money. And most of the time, right, unless it's aligned working for you, you know exactly why you want that degree, you know exactly how to apply it, it's not going to pay you back. And so a lot of times we decide based on a singular factor and the payoff just isn't there. Or we think it's going to convert to a different career path and it just doesn't, because the degree alone doesn't really change that much. Okay, so that's another one. I had a current client of mine where we just kind of shifted her into no, wait, what do you really want? She's now clear on exactly where she wants to be. But she was like, okay, well, all these things I'm interested in require degrees. I'm looking at that, I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure you can find something that you love without needing another academic degree. She's already got like 3 or 4, right? So the degree isn't going to be the answer most of the time, okay? And then that third big reason, big money mistake, is being unhappy and not fixing the problem. Okay, this one's important because it's very subtle. When you think about not being happy, there's different degrees of this. There's full out soul sucking, toxic situation you can't wait to get the hell out of. And then there's also, I'm just going through the motions. My heart's not in it, but I'm going through the motions. Both of those are unhappy and not fixing the problem. And when you think about the health problems as a result, right? Going to therapy, high blood pressure, being on medication. I see people start to develop autoimmune disease. All sorts of stuff that costs money to fix. You've got therapy. People go to years of therapy to try and deal with their unhappiness in their work situation. So there's the health component there that costs. There's relationships. You see the breakdown of friendships, maybe even your marriage. There's a cost to that too. What are you missing out on in life? Not having the quality of life that you value. There's a cost to that as well. We like to think, oh, well, we'll just stick it out and I can't, spend any money to change anything right now, or it's too risky. I have to maintain. But not fixing the problem in both spend, actual tangible spend each year, and in quality of life, it's costing you more than fixing it. Okay, been there, live that, help people with this every day. So please know that not fixing it adds up to tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands over the years, when you could have just invested a little bit in the right thing that you needed and fixed it and made a whole lot more as a result of that. Okay? And if you're unhappy too, where does that put you? Think about the vibration of that. If you're unhappy, you're stressed, you're going through the motions, you're in this space of self-doubt, there's also guilt, and there's a lot of shame that comes along with that. It's a fear state. Right? It's a contraction energy. Do you think that you attract abundance and joy from that? It's not possible. It's universal law. You can't have that abundance and that joy and that freedom and attract those good things into your life when you live in that state below the line, in that space of suffering where things feel gray and they're exhausting. How you vibrate, as a mentor told me this, and it's very true, how you vibrate in private is what's mirrored in what's showing up in your life. I just literally spoke with a client in my mastermind group today, and she's a surgeon, and she had a client or a patient speak to her in a really negative and demeaning way, like, all you doctors lie and you're F this and that. And she's like, oh, I was like, whoa, that's how I'm talking to myself. Like it's mirrored back to you. Whatever you're holding on the inside, you will manifest outside in the world. That's an energy thing. And so it's just so costly. So that's what I want you to set up for. If you've made these mistakes in the past, hello, me. I know what that is. I know what that's like. I know how to get out of it. Or if you're just trying to avoid those things because you could be in that trap or you could be facing it. This is huge stuff. So if you want to be on that side of clarity, if you just want to know, what am I supposed to do? What is that higher purpose? How do I get that money back that I'm leaving on the table? I know that there's something more. I don't want to go through the motions. I don't want to sleepwalk through life. You know what I want is I want those super ninja skills that I see all these people who love their job and they're happy. They have this abundant life. I want those skills. I want that superpower too. That's my genius zone here. So if you want some help with that, there's me and Brooke is my right-hand coach who works with me. We love to serve. This is our purpose. Having climbed out of it ourselves, this is our mission for you. And so come talk to us. I want to make sure that you get the very best resources you can in this life. It's too short not to optimize. It's too short to compromise and to make excuses. If you're procrastinating, we got to find out a way to stop that. And it's not a way to live. And it's not something to be afraid of. Because you know what? Boop, boop. I can eat fear like Pac-Man for breakfast. That stuff's easy. Bring it. So I'm going to post my calendar link on the bottom in the comments of this too. So if you kind of just need a friend, you need some help, but you're not sure where to go with this, but you're damn sure you want to stop avoiding, you want to stop with the mistakes, then cool. Then let's take a look for you, as I want to see you happy and joyful and have all the superpowers you need to live above the line of suffering. All right, I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.